Today, we'll spend some time on introductory matters. And in particular, we will talk about mostly HTTP and other introductory issues. I usually start the lecture with organization matters. So please be very careful on this subject. First, we have a project running which is due 8 o'clock next Tuesday, right? What you have to deliver, it's a short description of what you have done concerning a local WordPress site. So you are supposed, as we said, to create a local WordPress site, not hosted at WordPress.com, and hosted either on your machine, that will force you to obtain a static or a pseudo-static IP, so we can have access to what you are doing, and or get a virtual machine either at Okeanos, if we will see that this virtual machine system behaves erratically and it's full of bugs, then we will switch to our local virtual machines. So, my first question here is, how many of you have a virtual machine already at Okeanos? Okay, that's very, very it is very, very important and very fortunate, in fact. It is an equipment that was bought by tax money, and usually this money are wasted. Okeanos, it's an exception, it seems to me. Okay, so you will create a very short, few sentences, few paragraphs at most, that explains or briefly describes what you have done about this project. This short description will help us appreciate what you have done. For example, you might have to wait till Okeanos approves your application for 1 week. You have to write it there, so we will grade you accordingly. Also, in this file, which of course it is going to be HTML, in this file you will also give links to any software or other material that is related to this project. For example, you will give a link to your Okeanos site or to your IP, to your local IP. Any questions? So, the procedure to go is to finish what I've been asked you to do. And that means create a WordPress site. I think most of you have done it, all of you, I suppose. Then build a local site. That means install Apache at least. You might try to install Tomcat, but we will ask specifically to do that next week. And install an instance of WordPress at Okeanos. I know that it is doable. Two of you, at least two of you, have already done it in a very nice way, in fact. So, you prepared all this, you write a small report, and you place it in your hosted WordPress site, or in your local WordPress site. Just send Kostas an email. Kostas Papaharisiou, you probably know him. It's the graduate student that will help me administrate this course. So send him an email which WordPress site you will use to deliver your projects. They're gonna be weekly projects, and this not very difficult and not very time consuming. Δεν θα αργήσουμε έτσι, παιδιά. Άμα είναι να αρχίζουμε και μισή. So, you create an HTML file, and more precisely, I would like you to do the following. It is very, very convenient from many respects. As you probably realized, WordPress is what's this? So this is my hosted WordPress account for one of my courses. So I go there and create a new post. New post is the HTML file that I was discussing previously. So here you write your short report. You may write an HTML and just upload it there. It is up to you. On the title, just give Project 1 as title, Project 2, and so on. I will create a related post myself on the course. So, you may use this toolbox, or you may go and write HTML directly. Well, sort of. It is up to you. I strongly advise you that you write HTML and upload it. You don't have to be fancy here with pictures and that. This is plain text with links. That's all I need. So keep it light, keep it easy. Don't waste time to beautify it. Just the important things that are associated with your project, that will help us appreciate what you have done. Then you will make it public the due day. The way to do it, you go here and you define when it will be gonna released publicly. You create this report and you release it right at the due date. Any questions? Πάρε μια καρέκλα. Γιατί άρχισες τώρα, σαν σε μάλλον όταν ήσουν μικρός, σε μάλλον και τώρα.
Πολύ νωρίς κύριε Παπαλή. Με το ζόρι σηκώθηκα.
Τι, πάρτι έκανες?
Όχι.
Διάβασες.
Ναι.
5% off από το τελικό γιατί μας δουλεύεις. Αυτό θα κάνω. Δηλαδή κάθε δεκάλεπτο θα είναι μία μονάδα από την εργασία. Πώς? So, any questions? So that's how you are going to deliver things. The other thing that is very important, and in fact characterizes the www community, is that people are willing to help and people are willing to collaborate. Collaboration, it is a cornerstone of the World Wide Web. Openness is another characteristic, and we will surely keep it in this course. Nevertheless, there is no copying of code allowed. It is suicide if you copy the code of a fellow student and submit it as your code. Absolutely suicide. Don't do that. It is preferable to let me know that you couldn't do it for any reason and avoid my craziness if I catch you cheating and behaving in a dishonest way. Be very careful on that. That's concerning copying code. Do not copy code. You are supposed to discuss it, of course. You are supposed to reuse code, but not your fellow students. If you reuse a code, you have to let me know. You are free to go and get, for example, let's say that I'm asking you to, next assignment, by the way, is that you create an HTML curriculum vitae, a resume. You may build your own, you may get someone else and modify it, you may get someone else and use it as it is. You will get accordingly the proper grade. If you haven't done anything, but you simply edit someone else's resume, then you get this many marks. If you get one and strongly modify it to fit your needs or add value to that, then you will get full marks, even more than full marks. Okay, so copying is allowed, provided that you tell us. You say that I got this from someone else and I modified it and I made this modification. It is of course very important that by the end of this semester you will have a very clean, a very attractive resume on the web. That means HTML and CSS styles, and in fact it is not a bad idea to have different style for different type of application that you will do. That's quite common. Besides copying code, or let's say copying code is not allowed, reusing code, it is allowed and is in fact I'm in favor of under the conditions that and characteristics that just described. Any questions about copying and reusing code? Just let us know. I got it from there, I've done these modifications, you are now to judge me. And we will not be very hard. Questions? Ερωτήσεις, παιδιά. Όποιος από εσάς δεν αισθάνεται άνετα να ρωτάει στα αγγλικά, ρωτήσει στα ελληνικά. Okay, now, besides reusing code, you may ask questions concerning technical matters. You will hit several technical problems. Some of you already figure out that the window that Okeanos opens on your screen, it does not respond at all. So this is a very known issue. I hit it myself, and the way to go around in a community like this class is to make a post. Make a post at our portal. That means techwww.wordpress.com. Make a post asking for help, and of course you reply, you provide solutions, technical solutions to your fellow students. This is part of the course, and you will be rewarded from your participation. What do I mean? You are free to post questions, but you are strongly advised to give answers to given questions. Let's say that we have a person which answers timely, very quickly, and very accurately technical questions posted by fellow students. He gets significant extra credit. In fact, there is no way to get full credit, 10 out of 10, if you are not active in this area, answering technical questions by fellow students. Nothing very difficult. If none of you is able to answer the technical question, we will leave it for a while. Then one of us, one of the helpers, or maybe myself, we will answer your technical problem. Do not stick very much with technicalities. Just post your questions, and I will be moderating the posting, and I will judge if something is not appropriate or something is trivial. Okay? So, there are several ways to collaborate on the web, and wikis are one of them. You all know. Forums are one of them. You also know and use them. But for this course, let's concentrate on a post and comments on the post. So I create a post on TechWWW announcing the weekly assignment, like I have done. I have comments open, so you go and place your questions as comments, and answer questions also as comments. Check the... Να κλείσουμε το δέντρο, παιδιά. I think it is worth to go and visit our portal. So, this is it. Let's go down. You see, this is one of the projects. In fact, it's the last project that I asked students to work on it. So, as you see, it has 23 comments, and it's good that we go down and see. So it is really an easy discussion, people asking and me replying, or other people comment on my reply, and so on. We found it quite convenient. Maybe a wiki is more appropriate, or something else, but let's stick with one thing, and that will be posts and comments on the posts. It worked pretty nicely on that. Be responsible and not comment inappropriate. So what means inappropriate? We have 6 hours to the deadline, and you send a message, it is impossible to work this project. This has a very strong impact on other people, disappointing them for no reason, and make them feel bad, and but it has no meaning. So put here questions that will help you and other people. Leave your emotions for your good friends and maybe me. Also, be honest and say that I do know this is the right answer, or I'm not sure, or this is my guess. Be specific, so you help other people, so other people might help you, and also get money. Money in terms of good grades. So, ερωτήσεις, παιδιά. Να συνεχίσω στα αγγλικά, καταλαβαίνω. Τι, λίγο κουρασμένος. Δεν σε πάρει ύπνος. Μη σε πάρει ύπνος. So, let's continue our lecturing and let's close the administrative introduction. Summarizing, you have to deliver project 1 by 8 o'clock on Tuesday. Okay? And you have to send an email to Kostas. Where is your WordPress site? Local or hosted? It is up to you to select. Short description. In this project, mainly with links and technical difficulties that you may have experienced or extra work that you have done. Next assignment, I briefly say to you, it will be to write your resume. That means content, HTML, I have done this and that, and 3 different CSS styles. One that is more appropriate for a formal work, another one which is more appropriate for fancy, young, energetic startup, and another one for European Union bureaucrats. 3 CSS, 1 HTML, your resume on the web. Aesthetics are very, beauty is very important, but the simplicity is also important. Anyhow, I will announce programming assignments with a post on the portal and comment below that. Oops. Okay. So, as I said, I've started translating. Αγγλικά.
Give us another homework to make a CSS file.
You will make a CSS file next week. Oh, for this week.
And give us pictures and...
Oh, yes. I forgot that. Thank you. It is not difficult, I think, at all. Yes. You are right. I forgot. You have problems with that?
Yes.
What kind of problems?
We can modify the pictures so as to be exactly the same with your screenshot.
Yeah, that's right. You don't modify the pictures, you just present them the way I ask for.
And you want exactly the same way.
Well, it might look a little bit different, but it should be the same picture.
And
From browser to browser, it differs, but it's going to be...
And you have 3 buttons in the upper side of the page. So if we click on one of them, you should, the page should
That's right.
refresh.
It should be presented in a different way.
I checked the internet how to do that, and I found JavaScript.
Oh, if you understand it, and that means you can manipulate it, I have no problem at all. You can, I think I specifically asked not to use JavaScript. Don't use JavaScript.
So it must just send us another page.
That's a solution. I don't care how you do it, provided first you don't use JavaScript because I specifically asked. you have to excuse me. I'm an old man, and I teach 4 courses this semester, at least at the beginning. So it is getting ridiculous. But anyhow, don't panic if I start talking linear algebra one day. So in this course, I almost talk about the www in the linear algebra course. So I forget very easily, and I forgot that this programming assignment, and I also forgot that I specifically asked no JavaScript. I don't mind. You see, the announcement of the programming assignment, it is a contract for me. If it says no JavaScript, no JavaScript. If you do JavaScript, 0. So, am I saying don't send me to another page? I'm not asking, I'm not putting any such restriction. So, besides JavaScript, you may be as creative as you wish. Clear? Don't copy code in particular from your fellow students. It is easy to find out, and it is very unfortunate. And I will create a post concerning this this assignment, and you comment on the difficulties you encounter. The idea is that they will look the same to some extent. From browser to browser, they're going to look slightly different. So you need to catch the feeling. I don't want you to process the content. I want you to have the content as I give it to you and present it in a different way. And it is very good that we have this assignment. This will prepare you for the second assignment, the resume on the web, which will be more elaborate a little bit. Okay?
Where will you send this file?
You will not send it. You describe and you say where it is.
The file. You should tell us that we should send the series file at your helper, I think.
Kostas. For the time being. Let me also elaborate on that a little bit. You deliver essentially 3 things. First, the short description. That's the executive summary of your work. Second, the link to so we can see your work. And third, it is a programming course, so the programming stuff. The programming stuff, for the time being, you simply send it to Kostas by email. For the next programming assignment, you are going to upload it to GitHub. So you upload it to GitHub, you make it private until that time, and you open it up, you provide us a link of your source code to GitHub, and then it's very easy for us. Not only for us, but for everybody to reuse your code. By just forking it, clicking just a click, and your code is mine, and I can modify it, I can try it, I can do anything I wish. So that's why I asked you to get a GitHub account. For the next programming, for the current programming assignment, it is too early to ask you to put things on GitHub. But I think for the second one, the resume, we will do that way. Okay, but nice questions, and thank you for reminding me and your fellow students, and for forcing me to be precise. Something else that I forget. Don't bother with technical issues that much. Post your question, your comment, and I'll tell you if it's appropriate or not. Okay. For the next 10 minutes of the hour, I will give the first slides of my presentation. We talk about HTTP, the protocol, the most important protocol last week. So, what is HTTP in a very naive way? I like this. This definition is a collection of commands that browser sends to the server. When we say server, we mean web server. There are many other kinds of servers, computational servers, streaming servers, anything you wish. So HTTP, it is a protocol, of course, but it is a set of commands that browser sends and server understands and processes. So here the world is divided in two. This is the server side, that's the client side. Client server client model, and it is completely two different worlds, although they collaborate. Technologies are quite different, and objectives are quite different. Efficiency and security is the most important thing here. Friendliness to the user is the most important, and usability is the most important issue on the client side. These HTTP commands are internal to the browser, internal in the sense that you probably don't notice them. You don't see them. These three are the most important HTTP commands. It is the get, the post, and the put. And get, it's to download something. Post, it's to send a web response. And then put, we will discuss the get and put and post in detail in the next few slides. There are other commands. There are not that many. It's delete, head, connect, and I think there are a few more others that are important. There is a possibility that you've never seen an HTTP command in your life acting. Put Control Alt Delete and go to the. Oh my goodness. So let's see what processes are running here. You see? These are the HTTP things that run. You don't see it, but there are mainly HTTP. I can give more details. There are basically rendering HTTP commands. You may use other applications which they make HTTP transparent. If you use Telnet, for example, on your Windows, let's don't do it now, you will see the HTTP discussion between you and the server.
And also Fiddler is really nice to monitor.
I have something nice to mention. I have something similar to what you mentioned, and more. You see this edge, it's HTTP headers. It shows you the hidden part of this HTTP story. It is an extension of the Chrome. It happens to use Chrome here, but you might have it in other. They have different names, of course, in other browsers. So if I hit this button and then select this URL, so this is the click that I've made. Let's take it from the beginning. So these are the two things I have here. Okay? And let's do another one. Let's go. I go to the linear algebra. Here, this is the URL that I click, and this is the header of the request. It is interesting to check the first. Is it a joke or not? I don't know. Can you read it? So this is the HTTP, part of the HTTP information that goes around when I hit this, this WP. It gives the date, the encoding, you have to encode the content. The server, it is not Apache, it's NGX, and when it expires, it discusses, it has to do with cookies and other things. Similarly, you might get something quite similar here, the same server. It is the server that WordPress uses, and if we go to Chrome in the mail, this is associated with my Google Mail, this box, and they use the same encoding. They specify us that everything was okay, and the version that when it expires, well, anyhow. So there are several tools that will help you to see this internal HTTP commands and associate headers. So let's see what HTTP is all about. You are here and you are client, and you click, like I've done before, to a URL. So this creates an HTTP request. The HTTP request consists of several components. The most important of them is, of course, the HTTP method, put, get, whatever, delete, whatever is there. Then the URL, to show it, and several other parameters. Encoding is one of these parameters. So the browser creates an HTTP file that is sent to the server and contains things like that. The server gets it, interprets it, does several other related actions, and reply with a response. The response it has to do with status. It is this 200 OK that we showed before. If something goes wrong, then you give you a status code, an error status code. If everything is okay, you get 200, which is okay. It is the type of the thing that server sends to the browser. Might be a picture, it might be audio, it might be ASCII text, or it might be HTML. Or more exotic things, in fact, but let's not go. So it's the type of the content that is sending. And then it is the content itself, either the text or the picture or whatever. So this is how these things communicate, and they exchange HTTP messages that contain the content, of course, and other things like the headers we've shown previously.